Right, welcome to this review for the Adeptus Titanicus Horus Heresy set here. So, Games Workshop very kindly sent me a copy of this along. Excited about this. This is Warhammer 40,000, but even in a smaller scale, like in miniature scale. Reminds me of the old Titan Legions game, which I still have a copy of, where you could get the big Titans. They were sort of this size. That's making a comeback now, and Games Workshop now releasing this Adeptus Titanicus set. So this one here is a bit different to usual. Usually Games Workshop release like a box set with two armies in, but this is just a rule set inside here. This is your core rules, and then you start to add on the different miniatures that you want to build up your force. They've gone about it in a different way, but that's the way they've presented this Adeptus Titanicus rules set boxed game here. So I usually get my Games Workshop stuff from gamingfigures.com. So you can check them out, but in this case Games Workshop have very kindly sent me a set ahead of time. So it's smaller than usual. It's just your core rules really, what you need to get started in the game, and like data sheets, dice, rulebook and so on, and then you start to add on your army as big or small as you wish. I like the other way, where you buy a box set, a value box set, and you get some great miniatures at a great value price. I think that's always worked really well. So I'm not so keen on this format, just buying the rules as it is. Usually I like the box sets where you get good value, two armies inside, and you end up getting a lot of stuff for a decent amount. Not so keen on just the rules and so on, and then having to buy the miniatures after that. I'm not sure what Games Workshop are planning. This is for the Horus Heresy here. If they do this scale game, but for regular Warhammer 40,000, maybe they'll do a value box set down the line. I hope they do. I think it's a strategy that works very well. That's the front. Gives you an idea of what's on the back here. So, Titanic battles in the Age of Darkness. The galaxy is in flames. Emperor's glorious vision for humanity is in ruins. His armies are locked in a brutal civil war. The greatest of them, the towering god engines of the Adeptus Titanicus. So, you're able to, instead of buying the huge miniatures from Forge World, this lets you play with the bigger Titans and so on, and you're able to do it because it's all been scaled down to sort of a smaller size. But I've been sent a Warlord Battle Titan in the post. I'll review that in a separate video just to give you an idea of the scale and what that kit looks like. So I'll break this open here just to see what to expect inside. Quality production, there's no fault in the quality, it's usual quality, but I'd love to have seen two armies, even two Horus Heresy armies. I mean, it would just look very cool. And with Horus Heresy, because the armies are so similar, you could like buy, if it was a box set, with duplicate models, you could either paint them in two different factions that are slightly different to each other, or you can paint them all the same to make yourself a bigger army, something like that. But anyway, this is how it comes. So they have gone for a hardback rulebook here. Looks very nice. We'll flick through that in just a moment. So there's that. It's the usual rangefinder here. Summary of the rules, which is one each, right? So one for each player. No, I don't know. Yeah, not everything in here, I don't think. So you've got the round summary, strategy phase, movement phase, damage control phase. I used to really enjoy that for Titan Legions. Combat phase, and end phase. So then you've got orders phase, orders pages, repair actions, hit rolls. It's not a full rules summary here. On the back here it's your critical damage tables and stuff here to roll on. Right, so it's not a full rules summary as such. And there we get one of those each. An idea of what to expect here for production. So that's the Battle Titan, that's the one I'm reviewing. Imperial Knights, you get 1, 2, 3 of them in a set that look very, I was going to say cute. That's a really nice colour scheme on that as well, actually. Cool, nice green on there. But a box of, let's just give you an idea of what to expect. So a box of 3 Imperial Knights inside that one. And some terrain sets as well. Civitas Imperialis and Civitas Imperialis Sector. So good, and then they're giving you some artwork there as well. You can easily frame something like that. Yeah, there are some nice. So there is some sculpted stuff in here. Some markers and counters. This is your rules scales here for keeping track. Beautifully done. Excellent detail here. I'll just zoom in so you can take a closer look. So there's your trackers there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Showing the detail on here as well. Yeah, it looks really good. It's a head. Yeah, it's a head here. And on the other side. Yeah, these are like objective markers, I think. Yeah, that's the way they've produced them. So interesting what they've gone for here. But nice that's been done in plastic, not just card. They've put a plastic sprue of these bits in here, and that looks very good. That's that one. So inside, recognise these. They've reused the mould here from 40k 7th edition. So the templates and the teardrop markers back in with this rule set. Back a nice big dice, the sort of bigger versions. There's a D10 in there as well, and a lot of these seem to be unique ones for this game. Head, weapon, leg. Okay, it's just randomisation there and some regular dice. A couple of D10s. Yeah. And you got these. So, small cards here, a little deck. Just open these up. I'll zoom in here. Warlord Titan Power Claw. It's Warlord Arm, Reaver Arm, Warlord Arm. Aye, nice. So that's you line all these up to give you a quick reference, and you, depending on what configuration you go for, you select the ones you're using, and then look, if you flip them over, weapon disabled. Repair, and it tells you what you need to repair. Some damage that can come through detonation effects there as well, and then if it gets repaired you flip it back over and it's active again. It's clever. Points values on here as well. Laser blaster, paired Gatling blasters, turbo laser destructor. So giving you an idea of ranges in this game, long range for a turbo laser destructors, range 32 inches. The volcano cannon, 60-inch range. Still the ranges are long enough despite the smaller scale. So these big titans fighting here. Reaver Titan chain fist. Volcano cannon, apocalypse missile launchers, 120-inch range on them. Vulcan mega bolters, range 20, long range, short range is 8. Quake cannon, plasma blast gun. Reaver. It's exciting. There's going to be some fantastic releases. I know there will be. They'll do a real good job on the miniatures, that's for sure. Apocalypse missile launchers, 120-inch range. But a load of them. Still, I think the starter set would have been good if they had have given you some miniatures to start off with. Even the initial set still would have been a brilliant idea. But that's the way they've gone about this. I mean, you're going to need to buy this set if you're going to play the game, so they'll still sell the sets of these. There's a bigger deck, and there's also these as well. Stratagems. So then you tray like so. So we'll break this one open. Yeah. It's all nicely produced. I'll flick through these here. So you've got thermal mines. This is tricks and tactics, vital cargo. Oh, that's like a mission objective. Yeah, tips and tricks, hold the line. That's a mission objective. Range support, artillery bombardment. That's a stratagem. Battlefield assets, a command bastion. Tricks and tactics, battlefield asset, engage and destroy. It looks a mission. Yeah, glory and honor, stratagem, missions. So they're all mixed up in here, but that's giving you a mixture here of different missions, stratagems, tactics, assets, and so on. There's a nice variety in there. And then these very neatly produced. I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can get a better idea. So this is just giving you an idea of what to expect. Structure points, which you put a little marker in there. They've actually drilled it through. You put the marker in as you go along. Quest to support banner. Some points values for that. So interesting. Quest to support banner there as well. Same one. Slight indentation on that one. On the card you can see it. Like so. Nice and tidy those. So now, it's very interesting the way they've done this. So this one's the Reaver Titan. So it's all your command rules in here. Void Shield, you track that. Plasma Reactor, you track that. Head, body, legs, stabilizers, reactor leak, MIU feedback, moderati wounded. Interesting. Right, and this is your armaments here. We saw those cards earlier on. Just have a look here. So I don't know if it's the right Warlord. No, I don't think it's the right one. But you take this weapon, stick it on here, like so. That goes in there, and you arm yourself. And then if they become disabled during the game, you just flip them over. It's very well organised, this. Very sleek. Nicely done. So that's a Reaver. Another Reaver. A Warhound. Cool. So yeah, no carapace weapon here, just a left arm, right arm. Just there. Plasma Reactor, does come with Void Shields, not quite as much. The Reaver's the biggest scale. And then you've got things like Command, here's 5+, Ballistic Skill 3+, Speed is 8 and 12, to give you an idea of the movement. Weapon Skill 4+, Maneuver 3/5, and then Servitor Clades is 2. So this should be another Warhound, yeah, so that's another one. And this should be the Warlord Titan, yeah, so extra Void Shield and everything's bigger in scale here. Weapon Skill 5+ though, interesting. Left arm carapace and right arm again. The armament, this one should be the second one, yeah. So plenty of cards then, 2 of each basically. I'm not sure how you go about getting more of these cards if you can go for a much bigger army. Whether these cards come in with the kit, I don't know. If GW will do, they don't usually put too much accessories in with kits, so I'm not sure how you go about getting more of these. But that's those cards, and they look nice. They're nice, very nicely put together. So it's good organisation here. I'd love. It takes you back to the old games of Epic and Titan Legions when you had cards like this, and everything's laid out, and you had all your little markers and keeping track of the damage and repairs and so on. It was cool. It was very exciting, and so they've done something similar here with this. So that's those. It just feels there's an emptiness without models. Just for me, I would have done, even for Horus Heresy, I would have done everything you see here, and then I would have done a Warlord Titan for each side, and then a set of 3 Imperial Knights for each side, and left it at that. And then people are bound to purchase the Reavers and more Imperial Knights and the tanks and so on as they're released. No problem at all. But they haven't, they've just done the rules. But anyway, this is the rule book here. Actually, you should be able to see a fair bit of work here and what to expect. Nice blue ribbon bookmark. Beautiful artwork here. CGI generated, I think that's right. Looks nicely produced, for sure. It lets you take the big titans. The main, everything else is secondary. It just lets you take the big titans and blast each other to pieces. There's the Reaver Titan, and they're going to look awesome. They are going to look beautiful. It's the Warlord. So background information here. This is the rules. Oh yeah, Nice. Very, very nice. Yep. Looks good. Again, the battle in progress is just giving an idea of movement and so on. Here for these. Cool. Now, one thing, and again, I don't know how far they're going to push this. I used to like Epic. I loved Epic. I never started to collect it, but I used to love reading the battle reports. This is way, way back in the 1990s. But to appreciate the scale of these Titans, to offset against that, it was the infantry being included. And the infantry are tiny, tiny models, you know, like 5 or 10 models to a base. But when you have that kind of scale model on the battlefield, it lets you appreciate the actual sheer scale and size of these Titans. If Games Workshop just go for Titans only, they're just going to be robots walking around, and you never really, I don't think it will capture the sheer scale of what these are all about. But if you have those tiny infantry and the small little rhinos and land raiders present in the game, and I used to love the little tanks, they just look so good, little miniature Lehman Russes and Bane Blades and so on. But the smaller scale stuff, even right down to the infantry, if those kind of things are included, it lets you appreciate the scale of these big Titans here. I hope they do that, if they expand it out to the scale of the Epic used to be, which you could collect a full army. I just used to love reading the battle reports, and just the whole look of it was brilliant. You know, you could field a 40k army, but on a huge scale. And you're able to do it because of the scale reduction in the actual size of the miniatures and so on. But here it's just robots lined up against each other. I hope they introduce the smaller scale stuff to help you appreciate these big models. So it's a start here. I'm not sure what direction they're going to go though, and how far they're going to push this. Yeah, because those of you that remember Epic, it was a full scale range, you know, all the different factions. You could get a very diverse armies, you know, fully equipped. Infantry, tanks, going all the way up to the big stuff. You know, I remember in some of the battle reports, the ranks of all the Imperial Guardsmen all on their bases and just filling up the board just looked brilliant. So rules here, deeper rules, end phase being covered. Available orders. Interesting, some helpful colour schemes here. The Zolon Kufos, the Knight Banner. Knight Banner Parasina. Assembling a battle group. The way this looks here, Axiom Battle Line Maniple. The way this looks, I think they're just going to stick to the Titans. You know, the pictures here, I can't see the introduction of anything else. So it looks like it's just going to be a Titans game. Just good colour schemes. The assets, Battlefield assets, they do look very cool. So they come in with the rules in this box set. Submissions. All missions. Beautiful heraldry. The banner's quite incredible. Warhound. Legions Adeptus Titanicus. Lines of battle. Size of that thing. Incredible. I'm not sure which my favourite would be. I do like the look of the Reaver, and I remember that from the old battle reports that, you know, if that thing was on the battlefield, it was one of the larger units in the old games of Epic. 40,000. It ends just there. So I'm just gonna check here. So yeah, there's loads still to come. You've got Reavers in here, the Warlord Titan and the Imperial Knights, but I can't see any trace of the Warhound Titans yet, so they'll be still to come. They're going to be releasing those, no doubt. But as to how much further they push that, we'll have to see what their plans are down the line. And at the moment, this here is constrained within the Horus Heresy part of Warhammer 40,000. But anyway, that's the review. If you know information on this and how far Games Workshop are going to push this and so on, do you think this is going to work for them and be a success? It'd be interesting to see what happens. It is exciting. They're making a start on this. It's been on the shelf for so long, and I've always looked forward to the day when Epic makes a return. But has it fully returned here, or is it just the Titans they're going to do? We'll have to see. But if share your information, check out the comments and feedback below. But that's the review here for Adeptus Titanicus here from Games Workshop. They've branched into the Horus Heresy for this, so that's the direction they're coming from with this at the moment. There it is, that's the review. Check out gamingfigures.com, that's where I get my Games Workshop stuff from, and they no doubt will have this on pre-order perhaps, and you'll be able to order it and get it at a discount rate from them. But thanks again to Games Workshop for sending me a copy of this early, and check out the comment section below for more reviews in the future on the channel. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.